The young Danish star, Michael MAISE. MAISE is ready to take on the world with his exciting brand of table tennis. The service shows a great deal of skill, and he anticipates fearlessly. He has a tremendous feeling for a table tennis ball, a player with natural ability. MAISE displays superb balance at all times, even when required to move quickly wide to either backhand or forehand. A short push with a fast action, the timing point being crucial. He is intuitive, and that can surprise an opponent. A lob to break the heart of his adversary. It is difficult to anticipate what he will do next. Therefore, it's hard to design tactics to beat him. That is why the Chinese find MAISE such a prodigious opponent. The uninhibited all-round play of MAISE is an ideal for the modern-day player. Two professional coaches, Mario Amazic and Peter Sartz. They appreciated the undoubted talent of MAISE and have helped improve his skills. Also, Koji Matsushita knew MAISE when he was very young, and we will be asking his opinion of the Danish star. Let's highlight the attributes of MAISE and examine the various aspects of his play. The fantastic world of Michael MAISE. The curtain rises. What is the main feature of Michael MAISE when playing table tennis? Mario Amazic, the #1 coach in Europe, has helped many players over the years achieve great heights. He was the coach at Borussia Düsseldorf when MAISE joined at the age of 16. He analyzes the major aspects of the Danes' play.
Ich kann vielleicht viele Dinge nicht leben, aber Potenziale kennen kann ich schon. Also er war spezifisch bei ihm erstmal Ausstrahlung, also ist ziemlich viel Selbstvertrauen hat er von sich selbst, von Natur. Und seine Art, was er neigt zu spielen, sehr guter Ausschlag, sehr guter Richtschlag, ist auch außergewöhnlich, weil viele probieren, normale Spieler unterstriche jetzt, normale Spieler versuchen 1, 2, 3 Bälle, arbeiten, schwitzen und er spielt schon anderes. Erstmal, ich glaube nicht, dass er auf sein Limit gekommen ist. Also er hat noch immer nicht große, aber Reserve schon. Und dass er hat so gute Ergebnisse, freut mich, aber das ist auch, ich glaube, Motivation für ihn, noch weiterzukommen, weil er kann das. Sein Körper, sein Vorhand, seine kleine Sache über Netz, das ist sicher noch zu verbessern.
Peter Sartz analyzes his play. He is the head coach of the Danish national team and spends more than 6 months a year with MAISE. He is the person with the best knowledge of Michael MAISE.
He always have a really good hand for the technique, and he always want to win every ball, every game. He never accept to lose. Maybe now, you know, he could accept, but still he angry. Yeah. And beginning of his career, he when he leading, he really well. He play good, positive, and but he will win every ball. But when he down, he more and more angry, and the playing system falling down, and he give up, stop to move, and only play with hand. Beginning of the career, movement was not so good when he especially when he was down. He tried to make quick point. Beginning he was ready for work. He want to have point directly on service or directly on return. Quick point. First three balls. This is still his strong side. First 3 balls he is, I think, one of the best. But he could play longer and longer rally combination back and forehand for be top 10 player.
Another person who knows MAISE from his younger days. Koji Matsushita, for many years Japan's leading player. He played for Borussia Düsseldorf in the German Bundesliga. Matsushita played for Borussia Düsseldorf before Michael MAISE.
やっぱりバックハンドがすごく完成度が高くなってますよね。昔は振ってはいるんですけどミスする時が多かったですし、そのバリエーションというものがそんなに多くなかったんですけども、今は両サイドに打ち分けることもできますし、速いボールも遅いボールもそういうふうにミックスさせて打つことができますし、あとミートで叩くこともできますから、ですからすごくバリエーションが、バックハンドが増えたなっていうような、完成度が本当に高いバックハンドじゃないかなっていうふうに見えますけどね。
One feature of MAISE's play on which these 3 people agree is his natural ability. He was born with a very special gift. Let's look at the service of Michael MAISE. In a crucial situation, MAISE often uses this reversed side spin service. He raises his elbow high to create the required racket angle and strikes the ball with a delicate movement of the racket. It is like peeling the skin off an apple with a razor-sharp knife. Next, the short service, the reversed side spin service with topspin. Compared with the previous service, you can see the head of the racket faces down as impact is made. Let's focus on the positioning of the blade for these 2 types of service. A short service with backspin and side spin. The wrist is relaxed and moves very quickly. Finally, the fast long service. he transfers his weight from the left foot to the right foot to increase the speed of the service, whilst maintaining good balance when the stroke is complete. MAISE explains the important factors of the service.
I think generally when you make service, it's important that you use your body and your underarm and your wrist. I mean, the wrist is very important, underarm and the wrist is very important to make the spin in the ball. So I think if you want to improve your serve, then you have to start just for fun. Try to do something, try to make some crazy shots, or try to hit the serve with a lot of spin, and try to improve your wrist and see what can happen afterwards. And I mean, when I practiced serve when I was a little bit younger, I just took many balls and then try. And then in the end you find out what is good, what is not good. And especially with service, then you also change your grip. That I hold like this when I make service. It's that you get more out of your wrist.
After the service, a positive third ball attack is crucial. MAISE highlights an important aspect of the third ball attack.
No, of course, you think where to place the serve, and then afterwards you know roundabout where the ball is coming. If I'm making with upspin, then I'm expecting flip. And then I know in my mind that normally I will play against the flip. So that's why you think if I play downspin, then you know he will normally push, and then you prepare for a push. And so you have in mind, before you make the service, what will come after.
MAISE tries to anticipate how the opponent will return his service, so that he can move for the third ball attack faster and can hit the ball at the highest point. In order to win more points with the third ball attack, the combination of the service with the next stroke is important. Let's see how MAISE achieves this goal.
It's very different. It's depending who you're playing. If I play one who receives very good with forehand, I try to maybe play some more service to backhand. If I play one who is good backhand, I try to move the serve a little bit to forehand. It's a little bit different. If you play one who flip very good, then you maybe play with downspin, so he cannot flip. It's depending of who you are playing.
Watch carefully the direction of the service and MAISE's movements in this rally. MAISE serves with side spin deep to the forehand wing of his right-handed opponent. In this situation, MAISE can anticipate that on most occasions the ball will be returned across the diagonal into his backhand. MAISE anticipates correctly and moves around his backhand side in order to play a forehand topspin stroke. Although the opponent made a mistake, it is wonderful anticipation by MAISE. The fact that MAISE made a positive movement no doubt contributed to forcing the error. Now let's consider receiving service and the techniques required over the table. Firstly, listen to the way MAISE thinks when receiving service.
I think receive is very important in the game of table tennis. It's very important that you wait. You are not too fast, but you still have fast hand, because then you have time to see what kind of spin there is in the ball, and you can still make the spin in the receive. And generally, I think you have to be wait, but still fast hand.
A good receive of service is absolutely crucial in modern-day table tennis. Let's start with a drop shot receive. Stepping forward with his left foot, he brings his body close to the ball. He keeps the elbow free for any movement and receives with plenty of feeling for the ball. In the actual match, the ability of a drop shot against a variety of side spins is crucial. MAISE returns the service with wonderful touch and great feeling. The drop shot prevents his opponent mounting an attack. Next, returning service with a flick. The wrist is flexible as he makes short contact with the ball. The flick is an aggressive way to return service. It puts the opponent under pressure. Let's look at this technique in an actual match. The head of the racket faces his opponent's backhand, suggesting that is the direction he will make the return. However, just before the impact, he changes the angle of the racket and flicks the ball to his opponent's forehand. You must always look for the service you can attack. MAISE always looks for that opportunity and seizes the chance to attack whenever possible. Now, let's look at his push return with backspin. He times the ball early. Also, it's difficult for the opponent to determine how MAISE will return the service. Will it be a short push or a drop shot?
Yeah, I think one of my best points is to push long or to play short. What I try to think of when I play short is that I see the spin in the ball. If it's a see up spin, I try to go over the ball a little bit and stop it. If I see down spin, I try to go under, but still fast. This I told a little bit before, that with fast hand you can still make cut in the ball. And this is always what I try to think about when I receive.
Mario Amazic advised MAISE that his timing when returning with backspin was a little too early. He advised him to wait a little. However, MAISE did not accept this advice. He preferred the earlier timing, which requires a very high level of skill.
Yeah, it's true. He wanted to wait, and I wanted to do very fast, and now I think I find a little bit in the middle. I think what is mostly important in table tennis is that probably you have two choices. You can do fast and you can do slow. And I think now with short I can do both. That sometimes I can play a little bit not so fast and sometimes very fast, depending on the opponent and what he wants after. So I think I learned both.
The return with backspin is not a dynamic way to return service, but the skill is essential, and it is an important part of MAISE's armory. MAISE was 7 years old when he was introduced to table tennis.
I started table tennis when I was 7 years old, and I started to play a little bit home, and then I played with some friends, and then I thought it was a very nice game, and then I was a member of a club, small club, and there I started. Was at the beginning I only played for fun, and I had not in mind to be a professional, but I think around maybe 8, 9, my dream was to be professional in some kind of sport. I mean, I love football, I love tennis, I love table tennis, and to be professional one day in one sport was my biggest dream. But I think when I first got the feeling that maybe it's possible to be professional in table tennis was when I was like 11, 12. They selected me for European Championships youth, and there you start to get the impression how is it and like this. But it was maybe a couple years later when Borussia Düsseldorf, they asked me to come there for practice, and they want to sign me up for a contract to be like number 5 and to learn, and this was a very important decision I made, and there I decided, okay, I want to try.
Mario Amazic looks back at his first memories of Michael MAISE when MAISE joined Borussia Düsseldorf.
Tun habe ich irgendwo von jemand, genau von wem weiß ich nicht, gehört, es gibt einen Junge in Dänemark. Da muss ich sagen, weil ich habe mit vielen Spielern mein ganzes Leben gearbeitet. Also erster Eindruck war schon, dass er aus dem Rahmen springt. Nicht nur sein Auftritt und seine Körpersprache und wie hat er gespielt, war nichts unter Kontrolle. Also Tischtennis war wild, ohne Kopf und Schwanz, war total relax. Kann sein, drinnen war er ein bisschen unruhig, weil damals waren in Düsseldorf viele große Spieler, Samsonov, Matsushita, Roskov, wie auch immer. Aber er hat sowas nie irgendwo nach außen gezeigt. Und habe ich schon damals, vielleicht nach 2 Tagen, mit damaligen Manager in Borussia Düsseldorf gesagt, der Junge ist wert und soll bei uns bleiben. Und aus Grund, dass ich habe, ich will nicht sagen Kredit, aber schon große Vertrauen gehabt im Verein, das war keine Frage. Wir haben mit Michael nach 2, 3 Tage, 4 Tage Training schon kleine Gespräche geführt, will er Interesse überhaupt haben, und sofort hat er gesagt, ja. Und ich habe damals...
Now, Peter Saarts tells more about Michael MAISE.
Michael as a friend.
I think he first, when you see him, you have, my first feeling was he not so big heart, but he was more cold, but when you're near him, he like his friends very much. It's important for him. He's very social. He want to meet friends a lot. Maybe he could learn to be a little bit more alone and only relaxing. But okay, he travel a lot, so he have a lot of time alone. When he is home, he want to go out and eat with friends and was together with his family. So, but he very social and thinking about how the people, his friends, lifestyle, if they have problem or not. So we speak a lot. Maybe we are together between 150 and 200 days every year, and maybe the other 150 days we maybe speak in telephone 100 days. So we have a close relationship.
You were talking about not only table.
No, it was many things. His private life with family and girls, and have a hard time when his father died, and everything. Little bit business and.
Finally, we asked Koji Matsushita about his impressions of MAISE when a teenager.
1997年のマンチェスターの世界選手権の合宿をデンマークでやったんですよ。その時にメイスを初めて見たんですけど、その時には結構なんていうんですかね、底が悪そうなやつっていう、はい、いわゆるこいつ悪ガキだなっていうか、そういうような感じの雰囲気を持った選手だったですね。なぜかというと、髪の毛をすごくなんか違う変な色に染めてて、うわこいつはちょっと悪ガキだなっていうような、そういう風に見えましたけどね。それが第一印象っていうか、初めてメイスを見た時の印象ですね。
It is from the comments of these three people that we can appreciate his character. We will show you later how MAISE developed his table tennis talents. Now we focus on his movement during a rally. Firstly, let's examine the exercises he does each day. The first is a forehand and backhand exercise called 1 and 1.
Yeah, the combination between backhand and forehand is very important in table tennis. Especially, it's a good exercise, this Falkenberg, like I just did, that you can practice your backhand and your forehand at the same time. And this is very important, that you can find the way when to step around and use your forehand and when to use your backhand. This is very important in table tennis, and therefore this exercise is very, very good.
Next is an exercise for footwork. The exercise is to move from the forehand to the middle and then to the backhand using a forehand topspin all the time. The so-called Falkenberg practice, but also one used extensively by the Chinese. Backhand to backhand, move round the backhand to play a strong forehand across the diagonal, and then play another forehand topspin against a ball that has been returned down the line. He has developed excellent footwork and tremendous balance through performing these exercises every day. You can see his real ability in an actual match. In this rally, he anticipated incorrectly, but thanks to the hours of practice and his splendid footwork, he recovered quickly and was able to play a forehand return. Note the speed of the return and his excellent balance after finishing the stroke. Now, let's look at how he plays the ball when it has been directed into his body. It is difficult to create space to hit the ball when it is directed into the body. MAISE makes the space by turning the upper part of the body. MAISE displays superb use of the body in this rally. MAISE leans to the right with the upper part of his body and makes enough space in order to execute a powerful forehand topspin. Note how he returns to a neutral, well-balanced body position after hitting the ball. Let's now consider the dynamics of his movement. Sometimes MAISE loses balance, but he still manages to return well. This is typical MAISE.
Yeah, I have my own style, and sometimes it's not the most correctly technique and whatsoever, but somehow I learn to often to play the ball back no matter what my position is, and yeah, this is sometimes good, but of course sometimes it's also not good. But yeah, this is my style and this is how I play.
Wide and fast footwork, a succession of fast movements. He was born with the skill of good feeling for the ball and superb balance. It is these factors that enable him to be a fantastic player. Now let's consider the topspin techniques of Michael MAISE. The ability to spin the ball is absolutely crucial in modern-day table tennis. A player must be able to block against the topspin return and topspin against a topspin return. Firstly, a block against topspin.
Yeah, I think it's very important that you always have your racket high and you are very relaxed in your body. If you're relaxed in your body, you react faster, and then you have more feeling and more control to control the speed. And this is very important when you block, that you are relaxed so you can control the speed and the spin, what is coming from the topspin.
Now, topspin against topspin.
This is a very difficult shot stroke in table tennis, especially with backhand. So I mean, it's very risky, and you only do it if you feel very confident, or if the ball is really short or with not so much speed and spin, then you can do it. But otherwise, it's a very difficult shot, and you have to hit it when the ball is on the highest point. So it's many things you have to come together before you can put the ball on the table.
In an actual match, MAISE is very aggressive when blocking. What is the most effective stroke in each situation? MAISE has the answer, and it is special. Now, the ability of MAISE to lob the ball with topspin. In Shanghai, MAISE used a topspin lob to great effect, and it helped him gain a medal in the men's singles event.
It's always, you're behind the table, you have more time to think what to do. You have to count the ball, how much spin he gave you. If you put it high, it can be some wind in the hole from the air condition. This you have to count with also somehow. And otherwise it's just to focus from behind where is the table, and then try to play as deep as possible back, because then it's more difficult to smash. So I always think how I can hit the ball deep on the table, so it makes it difficult for the opponent to make the point.
Let's watch his wonderful ability to lob the ball in an actual match situation. The topspin lob is so deep that the opponent cannot stop the ball. Furthermore, MAISE seizes the chance to attack. Note the techniques required when playing a topspin lob, but more important are his idea and ability to realize it in a tense situation. It is not realistic to use a topspin lob as a major weapon. It is just one possibility in order to change tactics. Also, consider how MAISE plays when the opponent attacks. The topspin lob of MAISE is a trademark of his play, but watch how he plays the ball previous to using the topspin lob. Without this technique, he would have no time to retreat to play the topspin lobbed return. The grip used by MAISE is quite unique, but the grip and his playing style are connected.
Yeah, generally when I play, I have the grip like this, with a finger here, like mostly of the players. But for example, when I play backhand, I can change a little bit to backhand grip. And when I play forehand, you change automatically a little bit to forehand grip. And this is to have better feeling when you play forehand and when you play backhand. And especially with service, yeah, that's true.
The grip used by Michael MAISE is very relaxed.
I think that's from when I was very little, when you start to play table tennis. I mean, I have better feeling here, then I feel my wrist is more free to make different things. If I have the racket like here, I feel my wrist is very locked, and that's why I try to have a little bit more relaxed grip.
The nature of the grip helps him make full use of his wrist and enables him to be an all-round player. Now the materials used by Michael MAISE.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the grip on my racket is not special made, but it's a little bit thicker than normal, and then because I like it that way, and I'm happy that it's possible to make it a little bit thicker, and so my grip, I'm very happy about my grip.
He uses a Michael MAISE blade with a straight handle. This straight handle of the MAISE blade is a little wider and thicker than others. The other MAISE blade has a flared handle. Popular with players, it fits comfortably in the hand. The combination of the new material, arylate carbon, and the soft wood enables a player to attack strongly whilst being able to play with control when the need arises. The MAISE blade, consisting of arylate carbon, was designed to suit the Danes' all-round style of play.
I think for me this is the perfect combination. I have Bryce in my forehand and EL in my backhand. I have Bryce at my forehand because it gives me a very good spin. It's a very fast rubber, and I like it because I have a hard Bryce. That means I can play quite hard. And the EL I like because it's a little bit softer and it's a little bit thicker, and there you have a little bit more control, because normally you block with backhand, or I like when forehand is hard and backhand is a little bit softer.
The talent of MAISE has been recognized since he was young. That talent blossomed in Shanghai, China in 2005. At the 48th Volkswagen World Championships in Shanghai, Michael MAISE beat Hao Shuai to clinch a medal. Let's look back at the incredible recovery of Michael MAISE in that match.
No, I mean, if I would have lost 4-0 in this match, I will for sure be very disappointed, but I couldn't say anything against this because he was playing too good. I was not playing maybe 100%, but he made me bad also. And I always continue to say to myself that, okay, it's first time I stand in quarterfinal at the World Championships. Maybe last time, you never know. So at least you fight until the very end. And this was in my mind all the time, that if he has to win, okay, then at least you fight to the very end. You stand in quarterfinal of the World Championships, you need to enjoy yourself. This is first time, maybe last time, you never know. Go out, enjoy yourself and fight. I think so, yes. No comment, no. What can I say? I was lucky. He was nervous, he played stupid. I was playing the ball back on the table, I fall down because it was wet from sweat. And yeah, normally you lose these points, but this match was not normal, and what can I say? It's, yeah, I mean, if you win these kind of matches, you have to play good, of course, but you also need luck, and I had a lot of luck in this. I had good feeling from behind from the match against Wang Hao, and then I was away from table 1 or 2 times and I made the point again. Then of course you get more confident, and he get more and more nervous because he also knew that Wang Hao missed a lot. Then he started to miss. This was almost embarrassing for him, and therefore I just continue. I mean, I don't have to make easy mistakes. If under pressure I go back, and then I try to win the point there. And yeah, it was very effective, but maybe next time it will not happen. You never know. Now they practice. Good feeling. Still, when I see it now, it's good feeling. Yeah, it's just, what can I say? It's what you. I mean, I always dream to get medals at big tournaments. Of course, gold will be the best, but just to stand there and you know you have the medal and you won this match, you were down, and yeah, I was very proud that I continue fighting, and all these kind of feelings came up to me, that suddenly you're standing here and you won actually this match. You already was out, you had no chance, and in the end, after half an hour later, you have won it. So it was just amazing feeling.
Koji Matsushita analyzes the growth of MAISE.
そうですね、メイスのプレーはやっぱり、型にはまってないプレーなので、相手によってその自分のプレースタイルを変えていくっていうところが彼の持ち味だと思うんですよね。やはりその早くプレーしないと勝てない選手に対しては台に近づいて、やはりミートを多くしたり、速い打球点で打っていくようなプレースタイルをしますし、やはりその遅い打球点でそのドライブを対応した方がいい選手に対しては、やはりそういった感じでテンポを狂わすような、そういった戦術を使いますし、世界選手権とかはその準々決勝で、ハオシュワイと対戦した時なんかロビングでやっぱり勝ってますからね。そういうふうなやっぱり相手によって戦術を変えれるとか、そういったところをやっぱり研究してほしいですね。見てほしいですね。はい。
Peter Saarts, who advised MAISE at the Volkswagen 48th World Championships in Shanghai, looks back.
In quarterfinal, he played the best table tennis maybe in his life against Feng Xie 4-0 and against Wang Hao 4-0. These 2 games, maybe the best 2 games in his life. Feng Xie and after again special against Wang Hao, but 4-0 Fengche and 4-0 Wang Hao, these two games he played nearly 100%. And when he, in quarterfinals, maybe a little surprise for him too, he played so good, and against Hao Shuai was very near medal. This game was special game, and he was out, and normally maybe you win one of this in your career if you play 20 years. Now he already have win this game, but was important time in the career to have the luck on your side, but he don't give up. You could see.
Peter Saartz appeared calm during the match. But after the match against Hao Shuai, his hand was shaking when he took a drink of water.
Little bit shaky. Was maybe relaxing. I don't understand he take medal in world champion in this moment, or first in 7 set. I feeling okay, so close to medal, so it was a little bit relaxing, and was a special situation like when we win bronze medal in Olympics. And
MAISE could not control his emotions. MAISE has undoubted talent, but his mental approach was often subject to fluctuation. However, in Shanghai, he conquered any mental frailties and showed how he had matured. How did he control himself? MAISE himself analyzes.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of temper, and I think to have temper in sport is good, but you have to show it on the right way. And I came to one point, especially I was injured with my foot. I was out for 6 months, and there I started to think, how much I love table tennis. I was waiting to my feet to get better, and I hope every day I wake up in the morning I could practice, but I couldn't because it was too much pain. I didn't know if I could maybe ever play table tennis again, and all these kind of thoughts I had. And then I said, okay, if I get back and fit, then I will for sure change something. I knew that I had something in my head I need to change, but I couldn't change it by myself. So when I got fit again, I started to work with like a psycholo, or what do you say, psycholo, and then he gave me some things to work on, and then I started to see the results also. And of course it was a long process, but it was something I had to do to really improve my game. I think from the game I was okay, but often when I was down I get unbelievably pissed off and can throw my racket everywhere, and this is not good if you want to be a top player. You can just watch at the top players. Nobody is like throwing the racket everywhere, or they are all quiet and focused. Of course, sometimes everybody is different also. I have a high temper, so sometimes I think it's okay that you come out with it, but you have to control yourself and use it on the right way. And I think 90% of the time now I can use it on the right way. This was a good example, of course. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago I would lose this match 4-0 and stop fighting maybe. But yeah, I also get older and more experience, and like I said before, I said before the match, no matter what happened, you fight to the end and try to enjoy yourself. You are standing here last 8 at the World Championships. Should be fun. That's why you go to the practice every day. I can only say that, of course, everybody is different. and you have to find the right way to the right person. I mean, I cannot be like maybe Timo Boll. He is on his way, I'm on my way, and we are not same, but we go, or everyone goes his own way. But you have to be honest to yourself. You have to be totally honest deep inside to yourself. What do you need to get better? And when you start to understand what you need, then you can also start to do something about it. Many people before told me, you have to change, you have to, but I was like, no, I don't need. I can manage it anyway. But deep inside I knew it was wrong. But when people told me, I was not listening. But at one point, I started to admit it to myself, and then I could also start to work with it. And that's there. I think you have a point. If you admit it to yourself, you have a problem or you have something you need to improve, then you can also do it. Before that, it's difficult.
MAISE recognized his own weak points after various experiences and showed his mental improvement. MAISE had learned how to control his talent. What is his next goal?
I think my target since I was professional was to get on the top 10 in the world. I think now I'm close, but I'm for a long time between maybe 15 roundabout, and I hope in the next year or next 2 years that I can like be in top 10, and yeah, of course more to 1 than to 10, but to be somewhere between the first 10 in the world. This is my target. And then, of course, when the big tournaments come again, it's like to stand with a medal at maybe Europeans, Worlds, or Olympic Games. I mean, this feeling is unbelievable, and I would like to try it again, and hopefully with better color. I hope that, of course, they can learn something from me, and I hope they can see with their own eyes what they can learn from me, maybe a little bit, what they can learn from others, and what they also think about it. So, because another player cannot take everything from me. He can maybe take a piece from me, a piece from another one, a piece from a third one, and then put it together. And then I think that costs a lot of practice if you want to be good in table tennis. It's a hard sport, and you have to deal with if you are willing to give 100%. I think if you are not willing to give 100% in to be a professional, then it's better not. But if you are like on hobby, you want only to play for fun, then I think it's most important that you do what you want. I mean, you enjoy life, you play when you want, and enjoy it. But this is also for professional important, that you enjoy playing. Of course, it's your work, but it's also your hobby. I mean, and this is, you have to wake up every morning and say, okay, I'm the lucky one to play table tennis, and I think this is a good message. I learned it for 3-4 years ago. I maybe wake up, now practice again, no fun. But now when I wake up mostly of the time, I think, oh, it's nice, I do what I want, and this is important.
Michael MAISE has a natural creative talent and a great feel for the ball. He is blessed with talent, but he has long-term targets. Achieving those goals may not be too far distant. Because of his fantastic all-round play, which does not fall into any predetermined model, he has infinite possibilities to succeed. For anyone in love with table tennis. Butterfly.